Listen, I'm shitting on this because the American people in the state of New Mexico invested $200 million and they got nothing. They probably did it. Oh my God, Texan person. You're right. They probably did a TIF and secured $1.4 million in seed funding via congressional earmarks. Look at all this private space travel on government money. Voters in neighboring Don Ana County approved a spaceport tax. It's even worse than a TIF. They're actually paying a tax to make Richard Branson rich. The unused spaceport had an annual deficit that had been running approximately $500,000, with the deficit being made up by state taxpayers. The primary planned revenue in the times of delayed operations with limited operations by other minor tenants was local tax revenue paid by the taxpayer of Sierra and Donna Ann counties. Thank you, Texas person, for bringing this up. They really did do a TIF for them. They did do TIFs and other direct subsidies. This is what by the way, this is what capitalism actually is. In case you were wondering, this is what capitalism actually is. Somebody steals a bunch of money from the government and puts it in their pocket.
Let's mold in the Central Committee. Let's cringe in the Central Committee. Let's bog in the Central Committee right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Release, release, release. Clean release. Ignition. Good rocket motor burn. There's Mach 1 trimming now.
My dad has flown faster than
30
this.
seconds, Mach 2. Everything's looking really good and stable. 45 seconds.
All right, finally, they're faster than like standard jet, fighter jet aircraft.
50 seconds, approaching Mach 3. There's Mach 3. And 60 seconds, and that is a full duration burn, folks. We are headed to space.
That's as fast as they get.
And the passengers in the back have been cleared to unstrap. Our predicted apogee is 279,000 feet and climbing.
Chad, this is
so feather is coming up now, and the pilots are also enabling the RCS, or reaction control system. Welcome to space, Unity 22.
I mean, Bezos' flight is also suborbital, but they're going to be in space more, like actually in space. So a plane carries a jet. No. So a jet carries a rocket plane to high altitude. It goes up it burns for like literally a minute, and they don't even go that fast. Like Mach 3 is fast.
So it doesn't sound like we reached apogee 282,000 feet.
They couldn't even keep a...
Remember the day, remember where you are, and remember who you shared this with.
Going the
and remember
fastest
the
is the
name
point.
Virgin Galactic.
Chat.
The culmination of a life's
If you want
work,
to go into
more than
space,
a half a
you have
century
to go
since the world
fast.
rejoiced in and was transformed by humans leaving planet Earth, Sir Richard Branson fulfills his long-held dream of experiencing space with his crew.
Did they achieve orbit? No. They couldn't even get a good internet connection.
Oh, you can see him now?
How did they not make sure they had a good internet connection? How? You're doing a huge ad. How is that even worse? 250K? How? The Vomit Comet gives you way more 0G time. And it's cheaper. It's a
Just
dick
under
measuring contest.
75,000 feet in
really
altitude.
is. And this is so much riskier than the Vomit Comet.
So bad, Omegalo.
Oh my God. This is sad. This is a decade of effort, really? Supposedly when they do real commercial flights, it will be minutes of 0G. All right, new rule. You are not actually an astronaut unless you've done one orbit of the Earth. You have to do at least one orbit of the Earth.
This is our first time transmitting HD
Suborbital shit does not count. Dude, they're at 30,000 feet. I could make a phone call from a commercial airliner at 30,000 feet. What's going on?
All right, folks, again, sorry, we're not getting that transmission through the live broadcast.
There's not enough resources on Earth for individuals to create their own space programs. This is the problem with all this shit. They're going to kill us and not be able to escape anyway. Incorrect. There's plenty of resources to go to space. Plenty of resources go to space. Problem is, billionaires have to have all of it for themselves. That's what's going to kill us all.
That was truly Virgin Galactic for 17 years of hard work to get us this far.
17 years of hard work to do a...
All right, so I'm so happy we could catch a little part of that.
God.
It seems like there's a little bit of a delay in the transmission there. It does.
How did the pilot die during test launch? I think the feathering happened during the boost stage. Like the wings detached or like.
So we are at 22,000 feet now.
So the aircraft broke apart during the boost stage.
Now, as the
test
crew
flight.
and spaceship make their way across the desert, they are gliding over one of the most remarkable landscapes in the United States and the largest desert in North America.
It blew
the
apart.
Chihuahuan
Yeah,
Desert.
I believe.
The area around Spaceport includes more than...
I was there at...
James says instead of the most qualified pilots and scientists going to space, we can have a bunch of rich assholes go instead. See, that's the way our world works, though, James. Is that the most qualified scientists and pilots serve the interests of the rich. That's our world. Our world is the intelligent, the empathetic, the designers, the artists. You are all the servants of very wealthy people who are the children of the colonizers of yesteryear. All the slave owners, all the colonists and imperialists, the thieves, the scoundrels of yesteryear. You get the opportunity to serve them and their children now. That is the world.
On the glass, trying to not miss the magnificence of this entire
How can this man
experience.
tarnish his profession and accomplishment by granting credibility to this farce? He knows this is BS. He's been on the fucking space station. What a disgrace. It's called a paycheck. It's called a paycheck. And quite frankly, maybe he believes that if we invest billions of dollars in these scam artist space tourism, that it will result in more money to space. Maybe he actually believes that. I don't fucking know. Maybe he believes that shit. Okay, this is great. I'm done with this. Let's talk more about what Virgin Galactic actually is. So apparently Virgin Galactic's revenue in 2020 was $238,000. And the spaceship company was founded by Richard Branson through Virgin Group, which owned 70%, and Burt Rutan through Scaled Composite, which owned 30%, to build commercial spaceships and launch aircraft for space travel. After a claimed investment by Virgin Group of US $100 million in 2020, the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Abu Dhabi acquired a 31.8% stake in Virgin Galactic for $280 million. AA Bar invested a further US $110 million to develop a program to launch small satellites into low Earth orbit, raising their equity share to 37.8%. The New Mexico government invested $200 million in the Spaceport America facility, for which Virgin Galactic is the anchor tenant. Why don't we get equity? Why did we get any equity? Where's our fucking equity? Oh, see, you just take fucking money from the taxpayer. No equity for you, though. Abu Dhabi, at least they got equity. Jesus Christ, America is just, oh my God. On Monday, 28th, October 2019, Virgin Galactic listed on the New York Stock Exchange, trading under the ticker symbol SPCE. Its market cap is $11.84 billion. Its revenue is $238,000. Oh my God, dude. $200 million. Net income, negative $129.69 million. Revenue, no revenue. My God, dude. They didn't even get any equity. It was a 15-minute flight. It was a 15-minute flight from the moment they released to the moment they landed. 15-minute flight. That was it. Nobody's going on this. This is the easiest, this is going to fail business that I've ever seen. I have a strong feeling this company is going to fail. There is no fucking way they're going to produce enough revenue at any point to ever turn a profit. This is the biggest boondoggle dumbassery I've ever fucking seen. Absolute scam. Absolute fucking scam. By the way, rational market. Rational market. Rational market. All right, well, I guess we'll see if I'm wrong, you know? Well, maybe they'll have hundreds of thousands of people. As a teacher in Texas, I remember seeing the teacher salaries and wanting to cry. Poor New Mexico. 0G flights are $7,500. Yeah, if you want to go on the Vomit Comet, this is the Vomit Comet. It's $7,500. 15 parabolas, including Martian, lunar, and zero gravity. A 0G flight suit, a 0G merchandise, certificate of weightless completion, and photos and videos of your experience. I mean, these are all, like, all the pilots are all government trained, right? You have an Air Force colonel, you have a Marine Corps colonel, you have an Air Force lieutenant colonel, and you have a Royal Air Force pilot. Like, of course, all the people that are doing the important shit are actually just government trained people. Of course. Like, duh? Think the private sector is going to actually do this? Her husband also left NASA to become VP at Virgin Galactic. Yeah. Listen, I'm shitting on this because the American people in the state of New Mexico invested $200 million and they got nothing. They didn't get shit. No more government investing in companies without getting equity. That's the new rule. No more government cash without us getting a share of the company. Fuck this stuff. They probably did it. Oh my God, Texan person. You're right. They probably did a TIF. Oh my God, I bet you they did a TIF. Did they do a TIF? I bet you they did a TIF. Oh, I bet you they did. The Spaceport's initial concept was proposed by Stanford University engineering lecturer and tech startup advisor Dr. Burton Lee in 1990. He wrote the initial business plan and strategic plans and secured $1.4 million in seed funding via congressional earmarks. Look at all this private space travel on government money. The task force petitioned then new Economic Development Cabinet Secretary Rich Humans, who picked up the torch. Humans presented the idea to then Governor Bill Richardson and negotiated with the X Prize Foundation to locate the X Prize Cup in New Mexico. Following an announcement by Governor Richardson and Sir Richard Branson that the new Virgin Galactic would make New Mexico its world headquarters, the state legislature enacted laws providing for the world's first purpose-built commercial spaceport in 2006. Into early 2007, red tape was still in the process of being cleared. Who wrote this? Voters in neighboring Don Ana County approved a spaceport tax. It's even worse than a TIF. They're actually paying a tax to make Richard Branson rich. Voters in Sierra County approved the plan, releasing over $40 million in funding for the spaceport. Voters of Otero County, however, rejected the spaceport tax during general elections. They got so much tax breaks and fucking funding. Holy shit. The annual cost of providing fire protection services that were contracted for the mostly unused spaceport was approximately $2.9 million. The spaceport potentially needed funding from state or local authorities in order to keep the basic fire and security and administrative operation underway. The Spaceport Authority asked the New Mexico legislature for $1.7 million in emergency funds. The unused spaceport had an annual deficit that had been running approximately $500,000, with the deficit being made up by state taxpayers. The primary planned revenue in the times of delayed operations with limited operations by other minor tenants was local tax revenue paid by the taxpayer of Sierra and Donna Ann counties. Thank you, Texas person, for bringing this up. They really did do a TIF for them. They did do TIFs and other direct subsidies. Wow, thanks for reminding me. That's why it's important for you to know what a TIF is. Holy shit, dude. Capitalism works, chat. Capitalism works. This is what by the way, this is what capitalism actually is. In case you were wondering, this is what capitalism actually is. Somebody steals a bunch of money from the government and puts it in their pocket. In May 2015, news media reported that the Spaceport Authority spent so much money with the company to design the visitor's experience that it had no money left over to actually build the facilities for it. They built a $200,000 sculpture called Genesis. The U-shaped arms of the sculpture face upward toward the sky and are detailed with the embedded cast glass. Designed to represent the stars in the night sky, the mirrored glass was made to reflect the night sky and respond to the changing light of its environment. The time, the day, the seasons, and the light from the night sky. TIF is a tax incremented financing. Basically, what happens is a developer is promised that they won't have to pay any property taxes on the development of a project. For example, let's say that you build a house, right? When you build a house and you go to live in it, the county will come to you and assess the value of your home and say, okay, the value of your home is $200,000. You have to pay $1,000 a year in property taxes in order to provide for the services that makes your house livable. But what happens with the TIF is the government says, we're going to make a special exemption for you that you will not have to pay any taxes on the increased value of the property that you're developing. So you build a bunch of houses, and those houses, we'd pretend like no one ever built them. Everybody can live in those houses. You can sell them, but no one has to pay any property taxes on those houses. And then they say, the money you're saving paying those property taxes, you can then go and use that money to pay a loan. So you want to build a house, you borrow the money. And a way to pay back that money is some of that is, instead of me having to pay taxes, I can take my tax money and I can pay back the loan that it took to build the house. That's basically what it is. And so you could kind of figure this out is it creates a situation where some people don't have to pay property taxes, but they're still there. They're still consuming services from the county. They're still driving on the roads. They're still sending their kids to schools. So they get to be enriched, and everybody else who didn't have any friends in the government has to pay property taxes to pay for the services that they consume. And as you can imagine, this creates huge problems over the course of a decade when somebody's using all these services for a building and never paying any taxes on it. So in effect, everyone else has to pay higher taxes to fund the services that this new person is consuming. It's a neoliberal way of doing it. It's a neoliberal policy of basically like, we want people to develop, so we're going to cut their taxes. And what really happens is connected people get TIFs, they get to develop things, and they don't have to pay taxes on them. And the rest of you peons that don't have friends in the government don't. Here in Berkeley, every development has to allocate a percentage of value for community art. With my $825.25 a month, it would make me at least 21 and a half years to be able to afford one of Richard Galactic's Virgin flights. Hey, everybody. Oh, my God. Due to the continued long-term revenue shortfalls, the Spaceport Authority is working on a business plan that would further expand the search for revenue sources beyond Virgin Galactic, targeting new tenants, including other space ventures, commercial projects, tourism, special events, and merchandising. Oh no, it's losing so much money. The neolibs got tricked so hard. It's such a boondoggle. Instead of spending all this money, we could have just spent money on NASA flights with facilities we already have. But instead, we're pouring hundreds of millions of dollars of taxpayer dollars into Virgin Galactic. How much did Curiosity rover cost? This is one. What's the new rover that they just launched? Oh, here you go. Opportunity. $400 million. Opportunity cost $400 million. And they sent a rover to motherfucking Mars. Mars Pathfinder, $175 million. Here's another rover. Sojourner, $25 million. Oh my God, dude. I'm gonna lose my mind, man. I'm gonna lose my mind. Sojourner or Pathfinder were tiny missions, yes, but they were but they actually did science and something useful. I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind. They went to fucking Mars. They went to Mars. All right, chat. We're done with this. We're done with Richard Branson. We're done. We're done with Richard Branson. Let's go back to Hogwatch. What do you guys say we go back to Hogwatch? We do politics here every morning starting at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. You can watch us here on Twitch. We're the morning guy. The morning politics guy. Politics Frogs in every single day. Same time, 10 a.m. Day in, day out. And we carry you through your morning and early afternoon politics needs. And if you need more, Mike from PA, we have a YouTube channel. We talked about suburbs, the My Pillow guy, Ted Cruz. We talked about DSA. Amazing. Making fun of Tim Pool. Amazing. Look at all of these amazing videos. Get in there, watch them. We have me on Twitter. You got to follow me on Twitter, chat. I'm at 20,614 subs. That means I got like 40 followers on Twitter in the last day. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. Go follow us on Twitter. And of course, join the Discord, where we have an incredible community of left-wing streamers. We have left-wing community. We talk about the stream. We talk about politics. There's gaming content. It's a really awesome, supportive place. Direct action, mutual aid. And you can just let off some steam. And also, you can help produce the show. One of the things I do is I look at the links that are put into the news content suggestions chat room on the Discord. Join the Discord, come hang out, and maybe what you want me to talk about will be part of the next show.